expiration date, then we do not come from the same place. Certain section, yeah, the number was 8. Free game rental tickets posted up at Hollywood every day. I copped a bag of candy for $2.49 right up the street. 40 in the pack, 50 cent each, made me a 20 piece. Now I got many men asking me about the scheme. Gave a few the recipe, nigga, that's how you build a team. My mans hit me up, bro, you gotta hear what I produce. Compliment each other, sound, yeah, me and South like Dre and Snoop. I'ma bring the marijuana while he pull up all the tunes. Respect the craft, I really rap, no, I don't need no auto-tune. Blessings to the ones who do, go and get your money, dude. I just want us all to win, I'm cheering for you niggas too. Feeling nostalgic, baby. I keep the show going. Wolf Deluxe hoodie and the forces on my feet still. I remember Foot Locker 2 for 69 deal. High top feelers, them Adidas with the thin tongue. Walked a couple steps, now there's creases in my shit, son. Hand me down pants, mega jeans with the wide leg. Used to look a mess and now I'm fresh and sharp as Trident. Clean as PGTV, niggas spy kids. Cruising down Sesame Street with low eyelids. Feeling nostalgic, baby. Yeah, I keep the show going. Keep the show, yeah.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Welcome to the Pure Rap Podcast. Here with Keb and Darneezy. We got a special episode for us tonight. How y'all doing, man? You're not trapped in that water?
I was earlier.
Yeah, I was swimming out of that water, man.
How was it looking where you guys are at, though?
Where I'm at, not too bad, but I'm sure it's, the layout of land is different than Darnell because I'm more like up on like mountain area.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, how's it over there in Darnell? You're more in the inner city, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad in my neighborhood, but I know other neighborhoods are going through it. I was around other cities when I was at work. I mean, there's still houses that, backyards got standing water and stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, so
that's wild.
Yeah, it's just kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, even my grandma just hit me up and was telling me that she had water just sit in the backyard. She never really had it like that. So,
was it like going to the house at all, or?
Yeah, she said go like just the laundry room. She was telling me, but yeah, you just never hear those things, man. I swear, like I think the weather. I wouldn't even say Cali. Like I would just say like the weather in general at other places, because you said yourself like the weather out there where you at is different. Like,
yeah, it's like it's not hasn't been snowing.
Not the same.
Barely been raining. It's been like right now. I think it's today was a little windy, but it's like 47 degrees right now. Like, you know what I mean? That's not for Minnesota in February. That's like
Minnesota.
Like, bro, I was in a t-shirt the other day, like walking outside, like I was just in a regular t-shirt, bro, like 50 degrees. You know what I mean? Like,
Minnesota.
So I walked outside and I was like, damn, the sun's out. Like I could obviously it's still cold to other people who like never been in 40-degree weather, but it's like for people who've been, living in Minnesota, you walk around in 40-degree weather, you put your shirt on, sun's out.
You're getting the Minnesota accent, man.
I don't have the Minnesota accent. I can't lose. Like I'm a straight but when I'm like walking around the grocery store and stuff like that, like or just where I work, like people know 100% I'm not from here.
You're not from here.
Yeah,
you already know you still a tourist, man. You still a tourist.
Yeah, 100%. Like, man.
Nah, but other than the weather, everything's going good, man. We recently had our episode 65 this past Monday. So
that was a fun one.
For everyone that's gonna tap into this, go check that out too. We had another podcast join us. Went over Super Bowl predictions and talked to Grammys and Usher halftime performance and all that. So, go check that out.
Shout out Kim and T podcast.
Yeah, don't forget about the draft.
Oh yeah, and our rapper draft. Check out
our
our page and we'll check out our Instagram and Twitter and let us know who had the better offense.
Facts, man.
That was a funny game having rappers and O-line and wide receivers.
Man, Bronson.
But some of that is true though. Some of that's true. Like some of them rappers, like they were actually like football players, like before they came up. You know what I mean? So, like,
was Nelly really a football player, or was that just the movie?
I think he did play running back or whatever
in real life.
High school.
In real life, see, I don't really know.
He did. I could be wrong, but I think he did.
Yeah, facts. I just blocked his yard and it was like,
yeah, I know Quavo, Blueface was good.
Yeah.
I know Dave East was a basketball player.
Yeah.
2 Chainz as well.
J. Cole, basketball player, 2 Chainz.
Yeah, athletes.
So it was athletes in general, but that's still funny.
Yeah, so go check that out. Episode 65. It's available on YouTube and podcast platforms.
100%, man. Yeah, ready to introduce our guest for tonight.
Who we got,
yes,
man?
Sir.
I'm excited for this one. We got
shout out Jovan for the alley-oop, though.
Yeah. First off, definitely shout out Jovan, man. For the recommendation as far as who to interview. As soon as we checked out this artist that goes by the name BlkSknn, man, as soon as we checked out his music, super dope. And he had a really good 2023 with the Late Bloomer EP and also Quiet Kid in the Corner. And this year, I'm sure he's got more coming this year, but it's the beginning of the year. His Black Noise label that he's a part of released an EP this year called Sudden Valley Drive. And they got a mini doc, that you could watch too. Shows the whole process of how it was created. And I was listening to the project, super dope, man. So I listened to all the projects. So obviously, when we got people on the podcast, we're gonna, obviously we're rocking with the music. We're gonna have you on in the first place.
We're gonna tap in. We're gonna tap in
for sure. So
tap like into the catalog for sure.
Anytime we mention Jovan's name, man, he got a good ear for music.
You taking his recommendation?
We take his recommendations like immediately. When he says other people say people, we'll probably get to him. But when Jovan says something, we're like, we got to check that out immediately. So Jovan don't miss when it comes to
don't miss it.
I was about to say, and also for BlkSknn too, throughout the duration of this interview, we also have his website, BlkSknn.com in the description. So you can click on that for socials, music, everything that he got going on. So without further ado, man, let's bring him on. Yes, sir.
What up?
What's good, man?
What's going on?
Chilling. Just a quick input. Nelly is built like a fucking blue-nosed pit bull. He had that play running back or like fullback or something.
He's gonna be running like Pacheco out there this Sunday.
So.
Man, yeah. No, we did this little rapper draft on our last episode. It was like, build your offense. The other podcast we had on, the TCT podcast, they built the offense from QB to the O-line, wide receiver, running back.
Wide receiver,
we did ours. Back. We had like Action Bronson at center. Like
it's just crazy.
Who was our left tackle again?
DJ
Theirs
Khaled?
was Rick Ross. No, DJ Khaled was our left guard.
What, Big Extra Plug?
He was our right guard.
We couldn't. Bone Crusher.
Bone Crusher's our right tackle.
We had to bring in
a quarterback though.
You got to bring back a veteran.
Quavo was their quarterback. They had Blueface.
They had Blueface, yeah.
Y'all would have won. Quavo actually, he actually played quarterback. Yeah. We know that for sure.
Yeah. Blueface played quarterback too, though. Like he was pretty solid out here. Yeah,
that's true. But we also have video footage proof of Quavo throwing some crazy passes.
Man, that's a fact.
Yeah, that was true. Yeah, that was online. Yeah, that was all over Twitter.
Yeah.
And you're the better MC too.
Better
for sure.
That's it.
100%. Yeah. And but how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing all right, man. Just chilling at the house, smoking some weed.
Yeah.
Happy to talk to y'all.
It's always a good time.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. All right, so let's get into this. So first, we always start off with a segment we call rapid fire. Pretty much just that just questions that don't really have anything to do with the initial interview. That could be funny, insightful, deep, etc., etc. Just 5 random questions, and yeah, let's get into that now. All right, man. Let's get into rapid fire. So our first question is, well, first off, do you watch football?
Not as much as I used to, but
Same.
you know, I could get with it though.
Yeah. All right, then. So I was gonna ask for like your Super Bowl prediction, but if you want to say how you feel about the halftime show instead.
I'll talk about the halftime show.
All right. See, I knew how to. That's why I asked that first. I was like,
okay, let's let this fire truck go by. I live on a street where there's a lot of crazy shit. So
man, you better
all
that smoke.
I got a whole
I thought the blunt was
yeah. What's going on in that house, man?
Smoke coming out from your blunt out your window. They call an ambulance.
About to knock on the door, man.
No, but so Usher, I feel like this should have happened a long time ago. He's like one of our generation's like greatest performers. If we're talking about dancing, he can do that. If we're talking about vocally, he can do that. We're talking about actual delivery of a song, we can do that. He's a full package. Like we really haven't seen anybody better than Usher as far as our generation goes in R&Bs and R&B and males. Usher is top of the line. He's deserved this for a long time. I'm really excited to see, you know, how he does it. And the fact that he's independent currently doing all of this is pretty fucking dope also. You know,
that's a fact.
Definitely getting that bag too. So
100%.
Exactly.
Just like all around performance wise, you know, I feel like, you know, it's meant to be a good show. So, you know, we're all excited over here on Pure Rap Podcast. We're all excited for it. So
we're all excited. Something different. Yeah. I mean, see a special guest pop up, you know. They had that crazy year with, you know, Eminem, Dre, and then they had Kendrick and all that.
Rihanna last year.
That was crazy.
Rihanna.
Jay-Z taking charge.
Popped out upside down and shit. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, Jay-Z taking charge of like the halftime performance for the NFL. Definitely, you know, for the culture has been, you know, shifting over and not like the same, you know, type of, you know, because before Jay-Z took over, you'd have like the Katy Perry's and the fucking, you know, Bruno Mars's of the world performing. And I say this. How am I gonna get excited for a football game watching, you know, Bruno Mars out there? Like, I don't know. My preference for football halftime performance.
You in the locker room, locked in, trying to get ready.
Yeah, the locker room,
not even the players. It's like watching. Like, I don't want to hear him perform Uptown Funk. I hear like, you know,
that's hilarious.
You in there locked in. You hear Bruno Mars.
Yeah, but you down 20 points. Listen to Bruno Mars at halftime. You know you lost the game. Right?
Yeah, I lost.
Real, man.
I already lost. Man.
It's over after that one.
Yeah,
but that's my preference. You know.
That's hilarious. I hear Bruno Mars can perform though. Like I never.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not
Katy Perry. I can understand,
but
yeah, Bruno Mars is a hell of a performer, but I don't know about hearing that shit at halftime.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
What song would you like to hear from Usher? Like, this performance.
That's a good question, man. I mean, he's got to play. Yeah, like he's got to play that song. It's fit for the fucking Super Bowl.
You gotta bring out
personally, yeah, but personally, like all my favorite Usher songs are like, you know, like the slower
R&B,
yeah. So like, I know he ain't gonna perform none of that, so I can't hope for none of that. But I know he's gonna perform like, you know, his hits. I want to see all his hits. Really.
Facts. I do want to ask. This isn't part of the
prediction. OMG opening it up.
Yeah, right. This isn't part of the rapid fire, but you know, you said Usher's, you know, greatest of a generation. I'm curious, like, who you think. Like if Chris Brown and Usher did a versus for you,
Usher wins easily.
Yeah,
easily. And Chris Brown be putting out like 30-song albums. Ain't nobody listen to that shit. For real. Like if we're being real, nobody's listening to all that. And I haven't heard a Chris Brown like hit in a long time. And like I'm pretty sure if Usher wanted to, he could drop a hit right now. He's been doing a residency, you know, and now he's doing the Super Bowl. Like Usher for the win all day.
You got that one track with 21 Savage on the radio. I know that. So.
Yeah, we might have to put that on our On Twitter.
That's true.
Put a poll up there.
That's the one with Summer Walker too, right?
I think so. Yeah. I
Yeah.
can't remember how the song goes.
I forgot. Yeah, but nah, he
gotta
got
listen
hits.
to that album.
Thanks. All right. Do you have a bucket list? And if so, what are a couple things you would like to cross off this year?
I have a bucket list somewhere that I made in high school. I don't know where it is, but I know that I want to like at some point do some sort of skydiving or jump out of like a helicopter, some crazy shit. Because I have this crazy fear of heights, and I know if I do that, I'm either gonna have a heart attack in the air and die, or I'm gonna be like over my fear of heights forever.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So one of the two is gonna happen.
You make it too
that first option is wild, man.
I mean, like,
heart attack.
Let's hope that's not the. Let's hope that don't happen.
No.
Yeah, see, like, and it's a small chance that that'll happen. So, like, I'll most likely get over my fear of heights, you know?
Or you
So,
man,
that-
yeah, it's just like this faint and then not even hit the fucking parachute button, the fucking eject.
that would be
No, but
crazy.
They gonna have somebody.
That's you're right. But
They gonna
you
have
have somebody with you.
Yeah, I have
They gonna
somebody
have me
with me.
jump
So.
out of the plane.
True, yeah,
Hell
yeah.
nah.
That'd be crazy jumping out first time by yourself.
Bro,
That'd be wild.
you're a wild person.
Training. There's a lot of training going.
Yeah,
in.
true. First time, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you have to have somebody.
Yeah, you don't even know when to pull your cord. You might
Yeah,
be
for real. I wouldn't know
early.
what the hell I'm doing. I'm being in the air panicking, bro.
Might be flying somewhere
Be
where
like,
they ain't
trying to touch
you
it. I'm
supposed
like,
to
where
land.
is
You
it?
supposed to land somewhere over there. Yeah.
Where's the button? Where is it? You're going
Yeah, but
crazy in the air, bro.
Yeah.
That's definitely one thing on my bucket list. I would say if I were to like update it, I definitely want to play like I don't even know what festival, but like some big ass festival someday. Just play some big ass festival. And then just like a personal thing on the bucket list, just have enough money to where I don't have to work no more, where I can literally choose to go to work.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's
those are 3 solid things on the bucket list.
Man, I can relate, and especially with the heights. I'm the same way, bro. It's funny because I was talking about with one of my friends. He was talking about because he went skydiving and he was bringing it up to us like we should go. I was like, damn. And bro, I have such a huge fear of heights as well, man. So I'm like, do I want to do it too because of the same exact reason that you said? It's like I'm so afraid of it that I'm like I should just do it, but I feel like by the time I get up there, am I gonna actually like, you know what I mean? Like, dude's just gonna have to jump. I'm gonna have to tell the person like, bro, just jump. Like, if you tell me to do it, I'm just gonna stand here. So you're gonna have to just make the move for us. Like,
no, I'm the same way. They're gonna have to push me out, man.
Facts, just push us out. Just thinking about it right now is giving me like
that's crazy. Whoa, that's crazy. Yeah, just push me off, bro. I don't even
just push me out. I'm wearing sunglasses and everything, bro. I don't want to see nothing.
Man.
What's that? What is one thing you wish you learned sooner?
Ooh, one thing I wish I learned sooner. I wish I learned to not take things personal a lot sooner. There's a lot of things in life, and really life just happens, and you're just living it. Like it don't happen to you; it just happens. And the more you think that things happen to you, the more things actually happen to you.
That's a fact.
If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
No, it makes
sense. Just that taking things personal will lead you down a road of just self-pity. You know what I'm saying? Just self-pity and really like self-hate.
That's real.
Yeah.
And next one, do you learn better by watching or doing?
A little bit of both. More so doing. I'm a person that like if you show me how to do something like a couple times, I pretty much know how to do it. I can watch certain things and learn how to do them, but I'm better hands-on.
Yeah.
I learned how to rap hands-on. So.
Last question for Rap Riot. What do you think? What do you think is the key to living a good life? In your opinion,
learning how to manage stress.
Oof.
Because stress is the thing that's bound to happen. Like you're gonna be stressed out about something, but if you learn how to manage it, then you're able to get past those stressful moments. You're able to actually, you're able to get so far past stressful moments that the stress just becomes smaller and smaller over time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
man, that's some great answers, man.
For real.
We do a lot of rapid fire, but I'm like, those were some good answers.
Those like those were some good questions. It was deep.
Facts. Got to mix it up. You know what I mean? Mix it up. All right, man. So that was it for rapid fire. Once again, everyone, we got BlkSknn. And speaking of BlkSknn, how did you get that name?
It was a joke. It was a joke. I used to fucking make jokes.
Someone roasting.
Nah, well, I was with my little brother and sister, and we would make like dumbass songs on the spot. And like I was like, if I were to ever rap, I would call myself BlkSknn. And I spelled it just how I spell it now, and that it was a joke. And then one day I actually started rapping, and I was like, I got to do it because I said I would.
It's fire too. Like it's one of those names that like it's unique. You know what I mean? It pops out. Like
thank you.
You look at a list of artists and you're like, hold on, who is that?
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna check that out first.
So.
Yeah, it's definitely
good for SEOs. Yeah, it's good for SEOs. If you type that in, you won't really find nothing else. You know?
Exactly, and that's what you want too. Especially now that there's so many people rapping, it's like you need what stands out. You know what I mean?
What stands out?
Yeah,
got that unique name. That way can find you and no one else or something.
Right?
It's perfect.
It works out perfectly, man.
Yeah. So we get into it. So first, what role did music play in your life growing up?
Music is like I call it my safe haven. It's like I can go and find anything that correlates with how I'm feeling, you know, anything that'll help me get through how I'm feeling, you know, anything that'll, you know, help me explain how I'm feeling. Music has always been a place where I can do that, whether it be listening to the music or or creating it. I was in the choir from like kindergarten to 5th grade.
Wow.
And that kind of like it gave me the feeling for music, you know, to know what's good and what's bad, you know. And as far as like sonically and how the music actually makes you feel. And I think that experience alone is like kind of just turned music into a fucking playground for me. You know, I just kind of like I'm able to deal with all the things that I struggle to deal with in my personal life. I can turn to music, you know, write some things out and understand some things a lot better. You know, it kind of just it's a roadmap for me, a playground, a roadmap, a safe haven. It's everything really.
Oh man, very therapeutic.
Yeah, nah, for real. And I think in a day and age where therapy is big and everybody wants everybody to go like sit down and talk to somebody and like that's cool, but sometimes I don't need to talk to nobody. Sometimes I need to just say what I gotta say and let that be.
Yeah,
and that happens to be like the best way for me to do that.
Yeah, when it's just a good release, like you're just able to get it out. That's a whole nother way too.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes it's stressful shit. Sometimes I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to express how good I feel right now, you know?
Yeah.
It's either or. It's either or, and I don't think it's relegated to just like, you know,
the bad things going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I have had my stepmom's told me that before. When she used to get therapy, like she got it for times when things were going good in her life to keep her grounded. Instead of like, you know, you rethink of therapy as I gotta be like fucking going through like the worst of the worst. And that's the only way I could get therapy. You know what I mean? So I think just you know, especially in the Black communities, it's like, you know, we had this mindset of that's therapy. I don't want it. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see now that it's like, oh, wait a minute, that you don't just need therapy for that. There's other, you know, ways of why you could go get it.
Yeah, so, I felt like in the past it was something that was looked down on, like, you know. Well, now you can be more like open to it.
Yeah, right.
Much.
Yeah. And people just talking about it, especially music. That's a big thing too. Where, like you said, it's just a good release too. You know what I mean? To be able to get whatever you're feeling, you know what I mean, out into the world or just for yourself. So
off your chest, you know, if you got to deal with the mental health and all that, like that's the best way. People listen to music that way. People write it and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, I agree. The more that we can talk about things openly, you know, the more the world will be the place we want to live in. Really, yeah.
That's a big fact. All right, so we saw a post that you said you talked about you know, starting in 2016. So what made you start creating music in 2016, or like take it serious in 2016 too? And then what inspires you now? So 2-part question.
All right, so 2016, I was sitting in my car doing a DoorDash order. No, it's Postmates, and I was picking up some pizza, and the pizza wasn't done. And so I go back in the car and I sit there. The pizza's gonna take like 20 to 30 minutes. I'm sitting there and I'm listening to Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauder. I think it was either that or Low End Theory, but it was Low End Theory. Five Dog said, go get yourself some toilet paper because your lyrics is butt. And I was like, I could like do some shit like that. Like I could like, you know, get on a beat and like write some dope shit that actually means something. And so I started writing, and ever since then it's just been like I really can't stop, you know. Like I tried to stop. I actually quit for a year and started again because I couldn't stop writing. And so, yeah, 2016, I started. I didn't really take it seriously for a really long time. I kind of just looked at it as like something cool I was doing on the side. Um, and I thought I was taking it serious at one point, you know, like I thought at one point I thought I was like, you know, let me buckle down, take it seriously. But I was like playing myself, really. I was just kind of like bullshitting around. Uh, and then just like really up until like maybe like a year or two ago is when I really like sat down and started looking at things from the outside and kind of like shaping myself slowly into the brand that I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it really is just me who I am, but just like branded to be like palpable for like, well, not palpable, palatable for like the public. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really easy to do with the type of hip hop I make, which is, you know, another skill that I'm learning is to like venture out into different sounds a little bit, but also bring what I offer to those different sounds.
100%.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically how I started. What was the second part of your question?
So what inspires you now, you know, in the present day to keep going?
What inspires me now? Life, everything. I'll walk outside and see somebody standing on the corner dancing, and I'll get inspired. Like really, just literally anything, you know. Fucking lessons. I like learning. Learning is one of my favorite pastimes. So when I learn some new shit, like that inspires me a lot usually. Hearing new music, like that inspires me a lot. Um, Especially when it's like new flows and stuff that I haven't heard before. It kind of opens my mind to like exploring different, you know, different facets of how words work and different places you can put them to make them sound, you know, just crazy sonically. But yeah, just everything.
Yeah, what would you describe your style to someone who hasn't heard of you before?
Ooh, I've been trying to figure this one out for a long.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You got a good sound though. Like,
yeah, it's definitely different.
Thank you.
It's definitely different from others.
Thank you. I think like so somebody has told me it's like intelligent rap. And like I think that's a cool way to describe it, but it doesn't describe everything I do. I mean, right now I think the best I guess, you know, spot for me would just be like alternative hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not necessarily your conventional, you know, I get called classical hip hop.
Yeah.
But it's also not what you get most of the time nowadays. It's like somewhere in between.
Yeah,
you know?
That's a good way.
I think there's a lot of artists like that right now, and I think it'll actually behoove us as, you know, listeners and, you know, creators in the hip hop section to kind of like try and break things down by subgenres, because that's one thing that a lot of other genres benefit from is having subgenres, and we just don't have that right now. We don't have as many subgenres as we should.
100%, man. We were just talking about that
Yeah,
last episode, literally, because we were talking about the
Yeah.
Grammys, and we are just kind of talking about award shows and like how you hear like alternative rock and then punk rock, metal, like all these different, even with
Alternative
country and different genres, different jazz genres, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like hip hop
Yeah.
is just kind of stuck in this, like
Stuck in
you're gonna say
one
Kendrick
little
Lamar,
bubble.
then you're gonna be like Young Thug in the same category. It's like it just don't work,
Nah,
Put
it's super
Macklemore in there.
weird.
Come on.
It's extra weird. It's extra weird. And I
Yes,
think they
again.
should start moving some of these hip hop artists over to the pop category.
Facts.
And I say that because and it's not because it's because they're making hip hop music because it's popular. You know what I'm saying? They're not making hip hop music because that's what they make. They're making it because it's popular. And if you're doing that, you're actually just a pop artist. So let's just move you over to the proper category so we can let people like Killer Mike breathe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That's the first time I actually heard that perspective. I'm not gonna lie with the pop music. So
Yeah, I guess some people didn't like Killer Mike's style of rap, but then they like people like Young Thug and
Travis Scott.
like
So
Travis
yeah,
Scott.
Travis Scott would be, I guess, the one to say since he's in the
I
category.
mean,
But
but the crazy
you
thing
could like
about that
both,
though,
like you could like both, but I get
yeah,
what you're saying though. Utopia and Michael, like that's two totally different lanes of hip hop, bro. Like
yeah,
yeah.
you
And
know,
like if we dig even deeper, right? For people who like Future and shit on Killer Mike, there will be no Future without Killer Mike.
that's
Killer
exactly.
Mike is a part of the original Dungeon family that
Yeah, he
what
was part
people
of the
don't
Dungeon.
understand. And Future is also a part of that, and they come
yeah,
from the
Yeah,
same fucking
back when he was
camp.
meathead,
Like,
yeah,
back when he was meathead, so
yeah. Because they got old
people just
Future like records of when he's rapping,
yeah,
like that too. So
yeah. People just don't get it. I think people don't research. People don't care enough to research. I think it was what
I
it
feel
is.
like it's a lot of the new generation of listeners as well. I feel
yeah,
like it's that part of the problem, but
Yeah,
yeah. You're not gonna have a 15-year-old
younger,
kid
the
looking
younger
at
or
Killer Mike, but you see Travis Scott, you're like, oh yeah, I got his shoes, I got, what I
Yeah,
mean?
I got Travis Scott, his merch,
Yeah, like
everything.
man,
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
Cactus
gonna get that
Jack.
Travis Scott. Who's this
they always
Killer
want
Mike
to
guy?
they always want
Like,
to talk down on the old heads
yeah,
and
who's
blah blah
this
blah
old
blah
guy with
blah.
Yeah, they
awards?
criticize too early off of things.
Yeah,
They don't like
yeah,
researching, like you said, like old back in the day stuff, old styles, and older flows, and not all
yeah,
like the newer flows and the new pop music and all the catchy
yeah,
phrases and hooks they
yeah.
do nowadays.
Yeah, I know, honestly, I've recognized since a kid that like really rap. They say rap is a young man's sport, but it's not. It's not.
I agree.
It really like the best music in hip hop is coming from people that are 30 plus. And if we want to dig even deeper, once you get into the 40 range, now you're either gonna quit or you're gonna give us some of the greatest shit we've ever heard.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Because you're
saying?
seasoned
And
at that point, like
exactly. And
Mhm.
so nine times out of 10, we're getting some of the greatest shit we've ever heard. I'm here for it, man. I'm fully here for it. I'm excited to see what I'm like when I'm 40.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real though. Darnell, do you want to ask about the like reaction video on this page?
Oh yeah. So yeah, we saw on your page that like you had like a freestyle that you did, and like Danny Brown was seeing it
Oh yeah.
on that. So like what was how was your reaction, seeing a person like Danny Brown, and that's MCK's favorite rapper. That's
That's
one
not
of
my
his top.
it's one of my favorite
Hey, that's
rappers.
one of your
Right?
top. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
one of
fire.
your top. Yeah,
That's dope. I
how do you feel
mean,
about that?
it was pretty crazy, man. I literally just woke up and somebody inboxed me and was like, "Yo, you're on Danny Brown's podcast," and like I sent that shit in like on some like, okay, let's just see if he puts it up there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it actually landed on there, and like it was pretty dope. Because I got put on to Danny Brown in like 20, I think actually 20 around like 2013, 2014, around like Triple X, and
Yeah, good
that
times.
yeah, that was a good time in hip hop in general.
Facts.
And like Danny Brown he's been consistent in the playlist. His album, Know What I'm Saying, that is one of the better albums that came out during the entire COVID time, and
Man.
nobody fucking talks about it.
No, for real. Yeah, that's a good
But
album.
yeah, to have that outlook on him, and then to have my video on his show, and him liking the raps, like it's pretty dope. Like it's pretty dope. It, it's one of those moments where it's
accomplishing
like
pretty much,
yeah, like
you're
yeah,
proud of what
super
you're
accomplishing.
doing, people are rocking with it, and
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's
Yeah,
going
and
places.
yeah, it's motivation. It's
Yeah,
motivation to keep
motivation.
moving
Yeah,
forward. Yeah, motivation, super motivational.
So yeah, super motivational. Something that you like you sent out a while ago that you probably didn't know when it'll ever come out or whatever it would show up. It's just like
Yeah,
dang, like I'm still going with life. I'm still making music.
and that's just to go
exactly.
for anything. Is like, don't be afraid to like take your shot at something. Either submitting your music or putting out your music for just, in
Yeah,
general,
I
artists
mean, you
or people
never
that want to
know.
be artists. Just go for it, and it doesn't. Everyone fails at something. That's how you learn.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Like you should actually hope to fail.
yeah,
Honestly, you should
yeah.
hope to fail so you can learn something real valuable,
that's
so
how you
you
grow.
never fail in that way again. Like
Hundred
I
percent.
failed so many times, I still be failing till this day. Like
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah. Right. Especially if you learn how to take it too. Like that's also a
Exactly.
part of it. You know what I mean?
Bouncing
Hmm.
back from.
Yeah,
Right. To bounce back from that. You know what I mean? So that's a big deal.
So yeah, that
Yeah,
that failure brings you should be bringing you motivation to come back stronger and harder. So
Right.
yeah. The bounce
Um.
back is a whole nother skill though. That's another skill to learn is the bounce back.
Yeah,
bounce back.
that
Yeah,
is a fact. That is a
Yeah.
fact. Yeah. Same thing with how you're talking about like managing stress and stuff. Like all those are like just
Hmm.
skills that you gotta learn, man. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
but unfortunately
Yeah.
you gotta go through it to learn those
she
skills.
Exactly.
ain't easy. She ain't easy.
Yeah, you won't know how to bounce back if you never failed. You won't know how to manage stress if you ain't have stress. So it's like you gotta
Right.
go through it,
Exactly.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
so
Shit ain't ever easy.
Absolutely right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so before we go into our next question, we got a couple more, but I want to ask you, I believe you had a post like on December 31st.
Hmm.
You're talking about, you kind of got vulnerable with it, talking about, you wanted to delete yourself, things like et cetera, et
Yeah.
cetera. And if you don't mind sharing, like, what are some things you were going through at that time, and how important is mental health to you in the present day?
Um, well, I think at that time I was going through just like a lot of like not knowing myself, not giving myself enough time alone as an adult to get to know myself,
Mm,
using other people as like coping mechanisms, or creating trauma bonds to where you feel like you're not alone, so you never actually go and figure out your issues. Um, like like as a child, I'm from a family of 10. We grew up on Section 8.
wow.
Didn't have the best upbringing. Um, Parents divorced super young, and then like had to deal with the fucking back and forth between mom and dad. Then had to deal with the dad not being all the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had to deal with it. Seen some crazy shit in my life. Like dealt with some crazy shit myself, and so I never got the time as an adult to sit down and address any of that,
Mm,
and that just led to me continuing on in life without actually fixing any of those issues. And so the new issues in life can compound on top of that, and it's not like it's not like a 1 + 1 = 2 things. Now it's like it's like compound interest. Pretty much it's going to keep going up exponentially versus by the one or by the two. And so it just got to a point really where kind of just the walls kind of felt like they were caving in. I was in a shitty relationship that kind of just really pushed me over the edge. And thankfully, my mom was there, and she kind of like brought me back to reality, stuck around with me for a while. And yeah, I would say just not giving myself the time to heal and know myself is kind of what brought me there. You know,
mm,
yeah. I think it's important for anybody who may deal with any mental health issues, or if you're aware that anybody in your family may deal with mental health issues, you should be on top of your mental health like as soon as you recognize those things. uh, because if you don't, it'll pretty much lead you down a road of just self-pity.
Yeah. You know
what I'm saying? Yeah. And
nah,
like
that's
most
real,
people, yeah,
man.
I would say the last thing is like I think most people who go through things like that don't look at it as self-pity, and I'm gonna be the like I'm gonna be the bigger man I need to be for myself to call it self-pity. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like it that's what it is. I never sat down and dealt with the shit, and so it led to self-pity. And the only way to come back from that is to sit down and deal with those things. So
Yeah.
really, it's important to be honest about what you're going through too.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, that awareness, and I think that's a big thing. Once you're aware of it, like
Yeah.
you gotta put that. I've had those conversations with my sister and stuff who was going through a lot of things. It's like, when I talk to her, I'm like, look, I'm happy you're aware of it, but it's like now, you got the supporting cast, but you got to put the effort in as well. You know what I mean? Like for yourself, you got to put the effort in too. So I appreciate you for sharing that, man. So
Yeah, man. I like to look at it like it's more of a blessing than anything. Like it showed me that I do want to be here. It showed me that I have more to offer. And it showed me that like things really aren't like in the grand scheme, things aren't that bad, and things do get better.
yeah, 100%. And this is one thing I like about the podcast too, is like, especially with our platform, is we've had a lot of people share their journeys and their stories, and it's always cool to hear the ups and downs, you know what I mean, of just what people go through and how much we can all relate to each other as well. And yeah, just appreciate you for sharing that too. So a lot of people, our listeners and viewers, could take a lot from it, and it's cool to see. We're here for the music. The music's dope and everything, but it's like when you get to, kind of get to know the person as well, you're like, it makes the music even better for me personally.
I hear you.
Because then you listen to it and then you get a whole nother, like, you're like, okay, I know him a little bit more now. You know what I mean?
Know where he's coming from, and
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you get a whole different perspective, on the music itself.
Facts.
Like, yeah, because your listeners, your fans, yeah, they never knew, like, dang, this is how you came up with these, projects. This is how you came with the music and the song titles and things like that. Even like the first song, Nostalgic. Things going back in time, like you're like, wow, like as a little kid. So
It's like it's sound therapy, man. It's sound therapy. That's really
Sound
what it feels
therapy.
like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys though.
For us, that's the first.
Turning the gun around. Turning the gun around. Okay. All right. So who's like a hip hop artist that kind of made you guys aware of like mental health in the community? Like who is the artist that made you aware of that?
Who wants, I guess I don't know. I guess there's a few. Like, I'm a big like, Talib Kweli, Common, fan. So it's like a lot of their music makes me feel like that certain way where I'm able to like, kind of look within yourself in a lot of times. Of course, like artists like Tupac, stuff like that, where it's like you kind of get a different perspective on the world to kind of like, look out for, if it's with family, yourself, finding yourself, things like that. But I'll probably say for me, like probably like a Common.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like off the top of my head. Like I feel like that's a question where I have to like, man, I'm like, but
stick to who I listen to.
So many different.
Yeah, but off the
artists.
top of my head, I would say like as far as
like Lupe Fiasco type of artist.
Well, I guess the better way to phrase that question is when you think about like mental health in hip hop, who do you think of? Like who do you think of first?
Ain't Lupe Fiasco an advocate of mental health?
I listened to
wrong. I'm not really.
I wasn't like super deep.
I mean,
like into his music like that growing up. Besides that one album, damn, that's a good question, man.
I don't know. I would say J. Cole. I mean, from our perspective,
J. Cole's a good answer. J. Cole's a really good answer.
I think he touches on a lot of different stuff, like
Absol
in
too.
his music stories. Oh, Absol.
Absol for sure might be. I honestly, I would probably say Absol.
Yeah,
especially because I was in high school at that time too, so it's like when I was listening to Absol heavy. So I'll probably say Absol. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Absol is my answer as well. Like
that
Control System album, Book of Soul, one of the best songs.
Book of Soul, man. That's
Book of Soul.
Man.
crazy back then.
Yeah, now we're talking about favorite rappers. Now that's like my top 3.
I said top.
I'm like a big like
Darnell,
like he knows. Like we used to share all
that. Danny Brown is people's favorite artist.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a favorite rapper, but he's one of your favorites.
Now those guys, like I said, Common, Absol, all them guys, like that's my realm of hip hop where I'm like, so
hell yeah. That we all seem pretty like-minded there.
100%. Yeah. Right when I said Absol too, I saw your reaction. You're like, okay.
And he said a Book of Soul, like, you going somewhere?
Yeah, and then he took a hiatus and then dropped a dope project in what was it, 2022 December?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't get the respect it deserved, man.
Yeah, if you check out the story behind that project, it's kind of fucking wild, bro. It's kind of fucking wild.
Yeah, interview with Charlamagne.
Herbert,
that was a deep ass interview, man.
It's crazy. Now, dope records on there.
Yeah, that was a good question, bro.
I don't get to converse with people who are so like-minded a lot. So I like to ask questions when I get the chance.
Yeah, then we're gonna have to have you on again for sure, man. Like this won't be the last time. Then. Especially like you'll probably be cool for like have you on as a for one of our regular episodes, like as a special guest. We could definitely do something like that.
Yeah, I'd be totally down. Hell yeah.
Because then we could just talk about, what I mean,
outside the music.
I'm into it.
Most definitely. And see, that's how it goes when you're on this podcast, man. You know what I mean? I was gonna ask you too, what does the quiet kid in the corner mean to you?
Oh man, that's me trying to like put like most of my life experience in like a nice compact little, I think that was 25 minutes long, but yeah, like a nice compact package. Like the quiet kid in the corner kind of refers to like how I've always been. I kind of just been like, the quietest person in the room, just kind of like watching everybody, observing what's going on. It also refers to like being up here in the Northwest. I feel like I'm in the corner away from the rest of the world. It's kind of its own little bubble. I don't know if any of y'all ever been up here, but it's just a strange place, real strange place. But I feel like we're in our own little bubble cornered off from the world. And the quiet kid always has, the most interesting perspective. I feel like perspective is the only thing that changes based on who you listen to. Anybody can learn to rap. Anybody can really rap if they wanted to, but not everybody has perspective that other people want to listen to. So yeah, that's basically, quiet kid in the corner wrapped up in like a little ball. Just trying to like, not portray, but like kind of show who I am without, compromising and watering down anything really. That's why it was really just a bunch of verses versus full songs or hooks and shit. It was like really me just rapping most of the time.
Yeah. Nah, that's dope. And you said you had 10 siblings?
9 siblings. So I'm 1 of 10.
Oh, you're 1 of 10. Where are you in the, on the oldest, in the middle?
In the sibling list.
Yeah, where are you in the list?
Youngest.
I'm third from last. Yeah, third from last. So there's 2 younger than me.
Okay.
Oh wow, man. Yeah, that would be man. That's crazy. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, kind of wild.
How many brothers and sisters? Like, what's the ratio?
It's split right down the middle, 5 and 5. 5 boys, 5 girls.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
What's like the age gap between everyone? Like, is everyone kind of close, or is there like a huge age?
What's the oldest to the youngest?
Yeah.
So the oldest, if I'm not mistaken, is 40.
Okay.
And the youngest is 22 now, I think.
Okay.
So it's not that like the age, like the differences between us is like a few years, between each of us.
Yeah.
And so like we're all kind of like fairly close in age. Like even the oldest one, like she keeps herself young because there's so many people younger than her that's able to feed all the young information up there. So it's pretty dope, honestly.
Man, that's fire, man. My dad has a family friend, and he has, I think, 19 children.
Jesus.
I want to say 19. I might be tripping. I don't think it might be 19. I think it might be. Maybe it is 19. Damn.
It could be because I heard some crazy
Yeah.
shit, man. I met
people
people.
got.
I want to
People
say
got large
13,
change,
but I
man.
think it's more than that. Like I think it's. I don't know if I'm getting 13 or 19 mixed up, but I know it's. I want to say it's 19 because it's a crazy like number. So, but
Man,
don't quote me on that.
that's a lot of mouths to feed.
Yeah, man, they were definitely getting busy. That's for sure. 19, god damn.
19.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm sure the hospital's tired of seeing her.
Yeah, hospital.
Tired
There
of
she is
seeing-
again.
You again?
You again.
Philip Rivers got
Phillip Rivers, yeah, Phillip Rivers.
Oh yeah, Phillip Rivers about to reach
13,
the number.
13.
Rivers and Cromartie both got competition.
Wait, how much does Rivers have?
Like 11, I think, or 10.
Oh yeah, he's going up.
Antonio Cromartie got like 13 or so.
13. Yeah,
And then I think young Giroux is like, I think the fact with him that he's like one of like 22 kids.
22.
Yeah, something like that.
That's like regular in the South, though. Like in the South, they be having mad kids.
That's true. They be having the whole village raising, raising the whole village.
Ain't nothing to do out there, man. I guess so. Have a large family out there.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right, so we got a couple more questions. Kind of a recap. Or what are some things you learned about yourself in 2023? And then 2-part question. What are some goals you hope to accomplish in 2024? So we can start with the first one.
All right. 2023, I learned that I'm much more resilient than I thought I was. I learned again that you never stop learning. That's something that's really easily forgettable as a human. You just kind of like go on autopilot, but you really just continue learning.
Technicals.
Sorry, give me 1 second. My phone's being strange. Am I back on screen?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you never stop learning. Trying to think if there's anything else big important that I learned in 2023. Less is more. Less is more. There's a big push to like be everywhere, have your face online all the time, be like just chronically online in front of people. But in reality, like if you take a second to think about what you're doing and you take those moments in between to curate and incubate great ideas, those times in between become more valuable, and you realize that you don't have to basically like slut yourself out for online and for attention pretty much. Those are some of the biggest things in 2023 for me right there.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna watch this episode again. I'm gonna be taking notes. Okay, hold on.
He's like, look, man, I ain't gotta be online all the time.
For real, man.
It's like gems. It's like fucking life. Life is like I look at it as farming, bro. Like you just gotta tend to the land. You're not always gonna have crops to sell. Like sometimes your crops are growing. You gotta let those crops grow, because if you cut them early and try to sell them, ain't nobody gonna buy that shit.
See, man, I'm a big fan of analogies.
I was saying,
and that was a good one.
Remember that Life's a Farm?
Yeah.
Everyone that's watching this, Life's a Farm.
Because I always be doing like when I'm talking to people like advice or whatever, like they're asking me for it. I'm like, I was giving my one of my coworkers, he's a little younger than me, and I was giving him relationship advice. I started using football analogies. I'm like, so look, and then he's like, man, that makes so much sense. I'm like, I know. I'm trying to relate to you. Like, I'm like, I know.
Let them know tomorrow. Let them know tomorrow. Life's a farm.
Did it work out?
I know tomorrow I'm gonna be like, so I'm like, all right, man. So life's a farm, right? It's gonna be all right. That'd be hilarious.
Right.
No, I know.
Let's see the goals for 2024.
It could be for yourself, really, music wise.
Really just like keep growing, really just more reach, more growth, perform on some bigger stages, do some traveling, put out You know, at least two more. At least two projects this year. This year, aiming for like 3 or 4. Um, yeah, just kind of like tighten things up and keep getting better. Those are the only goals for 2024.
Where would you want to travel to?
I want to go to the UK, London to be exact.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
I want to go to. I want to come down to California. I want to go, like the Bay. Come to LA. Go to San Diego. Like,
Okay, good.
Is that good?
I was like,
Is
hold
it
on.
San
I was
Diego?
like, waiting. I was like, hold on. I was waiting to hear
Like,
San Diego on that
Make
list.
your way
I've
down.
been to, yeah, I've been to all those places at least like once or twice, and so like LA and San Diego. I used to live in San Diego for like 5-6 months.
Oh yeah, you said that in the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah. And then LA, I've been up there hella times. I've been to the Bay like 4 times. So these are all places that I've been to before, and like,
Okay.
I would love to go back to. I want to go to Chicago again. That was super dope going out there. I want to go to New York again, and I want to explore the South a little bit.
Hmm.
So you said that you're from Seattle. Is that where you're originally from, or is that just where you moved to currently, or what's the deal with the
Well,
Pacific?
this is where I'm originally from.
Okay.
My family is like, my mom is from Honduras, my dad's from St. Kitts and Nevis, so they're not even from America. They
wow.
moved to New York, and so like my oldest 3 siblings are like from New York, and then they moved here, and then everybody else is from here.
Okay.
Wow.
I got family in Washington too, so.
Oh, word.
You got family out Washington.
Yeah, man. If you come out to San Diego, man, just hit us up.
Oh, hell yeah.
We'll get
Show
some
you around.
tacos.
Give you the San Diego tour. well, you already
The
live in
San
San Diego. I keep
Diego
saying, I keep forgetting all I know. My he already.
It's 6 months.
Get out here already.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, there's probably shit out there I ain't seen, man.
Yeah.
Take you
We'll
to
get
Mexico.
tacos
No. To go across the border, then. No.
TJ.
Yeah. No. London's dope too. I had a chance to go out to London 2018. Yeah.
Nice.
And I might be going back out there this year. I got a family friend. My dad has a family friend, and his daughter's getting married. So she hit me up, and she's like getting married in September. She was like, "Come out here, blah blah." And I'm like, "It's like, damn, I gotta spend some money. All right, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? Get to go to a wedding. You know what I mean? Get to go out the country. So I'm like, sure, I'll do it. Spend a rack. Why not?
Holler at her bridesmaids, man.
Yeah, holler at the bridesmaids.
Why not, man? Why
The
not?
funny thing is, when last time I was out there, I actually like a few of her friends I actually follow on Instagram like to this day. So yeah, you know what I mean. So
like, oh,
no, I'm back. I remember once, side story real quick. I remember I was at a party once when I was out there, and these two dudes, they were drinking a little bit, but they were asking me questions about, they always be asking about America. Like, is it really is it always gun? Around that time, there was a bunch of just shootings going on. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there always is, but that specific time, it was a lot of mass shootings, right? So, yeah, and I remember they were asking me about it, and I was a little drunk too, so I was just exaggerating everything, making it sound way worse, low key on purpose. But then I was like, nah, I'm just playing. But then I think I told them because they could, if you're talking about something in America, they'll kind of go based off what they see anywhere you go in the world. Because I've been in a couple different countries, but for some reason, but you could just exaggerate things. I told someone I know Jay-Z, you know what I mean? But obviously, after I kind of joking with people, and then I'll let them know, okay, I'm just playing. After, if they're starting to get too if they think it's serious, then I'm like, all right, let me just, because I don't want him thinking I really, But I be doing that, bro, and it's the most funniest thing ever because their reactions are priceless. They're like, "Oh my god, really? It's really no." I'm like, no, it's not like that. It's not like GTA, bro.
That's hilarious.
No, I don't know Jay-Z. I saw Jay-Z 3 bleachers up at the fucking arena or something.
We were just kicking it with Jay-Z. And Beyonce,
I saw him.
Just
we were kicking it at the concert watching.
I saw him at the Lakers game. He was just chilling.
For real, that's the story. You're acting like I was with him at the Laker game the whole time.
I seen him.
I saw him from
courtside,
319, row 20.
Yeah, row 20. No, but yeah, if you get the opportunity, man, take it. Like it's a dope trip. So
Hell yeah, man. As soon as I can, I'm gonna get out there and see what it's like.
nice. And our last question, I think we got an extra one, but tell us about Black Noise Records and the process of creating Sudden Valley Drive EP. Also, by the way, there's a mini doc you can watch as well. And the link is in the bio, or not bio, the description. Too many. I'm thinking of Instagram and stuff.
Link of this.
But I watched it too, and it was dope, man. But let the people know, you know what I mean, what this is all
was
about.
dope too.
Guys are cooking up.
Yeah.
So the homie Nico, he runs Black Noise Records, and he rented out this house like in the middle of nowhere, and we all kind of just stayed there for about a week and just put together a bunch of tracks. That was the first time I'd done anything like that. Most of them, I think it was about the first time they done anything like that. It was like it was refreshing, you know what I'm saying? It was like I hadn't been around that many creative people in a really long time, you know, and being able to be around that many creative people just kind of like birth new ideas and new flows, new styles, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was super dope. You know, I think we're gonna do it again. I think we're gonna do it again and probably invite a few more artists to be a part of it. But overall, it was one of my favorite music experiences in my, I think, 7 years in this so far. It's one of my favorite experiences.
Yeah, and the project is fire too. Like I was listening to it actually earlier today before we hopped onto this. I started listening to it, and I was like, now let me go watch the doc first. Like I was like, so I went back, watched the doc, and then went back to the tape, and I was like, oh yeah. So
yeah, the doc kind of makes it a little better. It makes you like want to listen to the tape
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to that first and then go back to the doc, and I'm like,
Yeah.
so either way, I would have done it. But yeah, it's super dope. Definitely recommend everyone to watch it. And is that like a label that you're a part of or something?
Yeah, it's a label in an actual like record shop in Bellingham, Washington, and there's just a bunch of cool people that just love hip hop, and you don't find the actual love for hip hop very often, and so once I saw that, I was like, yep, I want to be a part of this.
Yeah, man, that's dope. That's dope. If there was a second one, do you think it would be something that will happen this year or probably next?
That's a good question,
because
man.
this was the beginning of the year. You know, you're gonna end the year with another.
I think it really depends on like what all of our summer looks like. Because I think right now, like, yeah, exactly. Like we all got to be able to come together in the same spot.
True.
I know that a few of the artists have some festivals this summer. I definitely have one festival this summer.
Wow.
And hopefully like try and do some more shit, like try and book more stuff. But I think that project really depends on how free we are.
Dope.
Yeah.
And last question is, what's next for BlkSknn? Talking about, hoping to, you got a festival coming up, and the projects coming up, more shows. What's going on, man?
Shows.
What we got next?
Music.
We get a PRP exclusive. No.
More videos.
Let everyone know what we need to be tapped into. What we got coming up.
All right. So the next thing on the docket right now is I got a single that I'm about to drop. We're looking at March. It's part of an EP that we're putting out in April. Yeah, I'm not gonna say the name yet because there's a lot around it that we're executing right now, and I want to execute it exactly how it's planned out. But there is a single in March, there's an EP in April. There is more stuff coming with this than I've offered before. As far as just like branding and bringing it together as a whole, like as a whole entity, other than just some dude rapping. Like it's gonna be a full package. Everything's gonna be packaged like beautifully. It's fuck it. The name of the project is Stop Smoking Reggie.
Oh wow.
And it's a whole thing. As it comes together and as things start to come out, it'll make more sense. But yeah, like that's what's next. I've been focused on that since the beginning, actually since the end of last year. I've been focused on that. So it's definitely definitely gonna be like better as far as the package. It's gonna be better than anything I put out before.
Yeah, is the package gonna come like? Is it gonna be like like your own? You know what I mean, strand of weed like that's not Reggie. You know what I mean? Like what?
Man, that would be fire. That would
That'd
be
be
fire.
crazy.
That is a goal in the future for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, but nah, this is definitely gonna be some dope shit with it though. Like, yeah, I won't divulge too much, but
yeah.
that's what's next.
I mean, sure, you gave us the name. I didn't think
Right.
you were gonna break.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I wasn't going to, but I'll do it. I did it. I did
we're all staring at him, just super intense. Like he's like, all right, fine, I'll say it. No, man, no, we're definitely gonna stay tapped in for sure, and definitely could tap back in and touch bases in April. You know what I mean? When that project drops, be dope to have you back on as well.
Hell yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm
Speak
all
on the
for it.
project. You know what I mean? Chop it up, talk about other things as well. Um,
Yeah,
what
let's do
about
it, man. I'm here for it.
most definitely? You guys got anything to say before we hop off of this?
No, we're gonna stay tapped in for sure. Don't mind me. I know my signal's been kind of shitty the past like 10 minutes, but yeah, we're looking forward to that EP in April. You know, hopping back on, we'll chop it up. We're looking forward to that for sure.
Oh yeah, April is a busy month, huh?
Aren't
you getting married in April?
Nah, May.
May. Okay. I was tripping.
We'll make time.
That's pretty close.
I had too much things going on in that, like
honeymoon on
within those 3 months.
Making time
Like,
for everything.
yeah, I was like, wait a minute.
He'll be
What is
busy.
this?
Nah, that's
Making time for everything.
Hell yeah, congratulations, by the way, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I just plugged that on purpose, Caleb. No, it's
he's
promoting Caleb's wedding. Everyone come turn up at this address.
Everyone gonna show up.
Just put it on Facebook, like
once the ceremony over and we all turn.
Yeah, everyone turn up at the after party, man.
Bring a bottle and we all good.
Right?
Bring a bottle.
Yeah,
Bring
your
that
own
Bel-Air.
bottle.
Yeah.
We got bartenders. No, we good.
Ladies coming free.
Bar.
Men $100.
All right. Those are my fun.
Men $100. You got to get in. But yeah. We're gonna also end with "Never Too Late" from your Late Bloomer EP, and we're gonna close it out playing that track. Once again, shout out to everyone who's been tuning in and who's going to be watching the replay of this and also on the audio podcast platforms. We don't forget about you guys. And I keep running up those numbers. And also don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Check out our last video, episode 65. We had TCT podcast on there. Super dope episode. We end up, we thought it was just, probably like an hour long. We ended up going for like damn it, like 2 hours. Like
2 hours.
Yeah. Like I said, you just never know how, you never know how things end up going. So
go check out their podcast. They dropped an episode yesterday, so go run that up.
All sports, everything. So go check them out. Definitely two charismatic, guys. Definitely got personality, all that. So you definitely enjoy listen to the podcast. What about you, Darnell? Got anything else?
Yeah, appreciate the time, and keep up the solid, good music and like that soulful sound and that alternative rap. I definitely have a good eye and ear for that, so I definitely love the different type style of music that you do. Just looking for more and and appreciate you coming on as well, and also just your success. Just keep going up.
We're looking forward to seeing the growth in 2024. What you got cooking, and all the opportunities that bring you this year.
I appreciate it for real, man. And I thank you guys for having me on here too. Like, this is first and foremost a dope ass platform. Y'all actually talk about some shit on here.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. We try to be an outlet for all artists to come speak. Can speak on music, no drama, none of the bullshit you see on the internet for clicks.
Negative drama, all this stuff.
Like, all that.
Just real people having real conversations, man. Like,
that's
pretty much it.
Yeah, just real topics. I mean, you said a lot of deep stuff that we probably taking notes of ourselves, and people out there like the fans that listen to you, and they're just their eyes and ears are open. They probably third eye opened up, you know, just from hearing that.
Start talking about Absol all of a sudden.
I know, right? It just came out right now because it's just talking about Absol. Hey, man, third eye
hilarious.
It was like a dope talk and like dope answers that she gave out. So I mean, I know we appreciate those, words and things going on.
Yeah,
just
the feedback.
Learn with it and the feedback and everything. So
thank you, man. Thank you. I see a lot of growth for you guys this year. There's not a lot of podcasts that offer this space, like where you can actually go and listen to artists who A, have a brain in their head, and B, like have something to talk about, and like hosts who give space for that and are actually inquisitive about things like that, versus just jumping into drama. You know what I'm saying? And
100%.
I think that's dope as fuck.
Man, we really appreciate it.
Yeah,
for real.
appreciate it.
Anytime like Darnell said, like anytime we're able to hear like any feedback to our podcast and make it that type of space, for everyone we bring on. We try to make it, not really even try. We kind of just are like that in general, like just to make it comfortable. For everyone that we interview.
Space, we can talk about.
So, yeah. Some episodes, we might be roasting each other. This time we take it easy on each other. So, I think we got. Sometimes we get it out before we start. Like before we even like bring you on, we get all of that out.
Yeah, he was doing that earlier.
That's what happens when you know someone.
You
know each other for damn near 20 years, man. It's been a minute, so.
That's how it goes. That's a beautiful friendship, man.
Yeah, it's sixth grade, basically. Sixth grade, that's when we all met each other.
I'm a Darnell fifth grade, technically. So.
That's true.
Yeah, I knew Darnell longer.
Technically,
you came about half a year later.
All right.
All right, I got the timestamp wrong.
Hey, but you didn't live on the same street though, did you? Yeah,
no. He wasn't in the neighborhood. He wasn't out there in the
neighborhood.
I swear I told you that story. I swear the apartment you lived at before you moved in. I swear
you were looking at it. Yeah, that's crazy. That's actually a wild story too.
I swear. Wow. And the next thing you know, you live there.
Yeah,
that's
a wild.
What are the odds?
Sure, you probably moved in like shortly after because we went somewhere else instead. But I swear, my mom and I looked at that apartment.
Yeah, that's actually wild though. But yeah, man. Without further ado, man, shout out to everyone tuning in. Like I said, click BlkSknn.com and the link in the description. You'll find BlkSknn's music, socials, etc. Any merch coming out soon, or is that part of the?
You just gotta wait and see.
Yeah.
You gotta wait and see, man.
I was trying to see who was gonna break now.
It's in the works.
Hey, I won't lie, you almost got me.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm a master with the segues, bro. But yeah, once again, man, appreciate you for hopping on. And
anytime, man.
Definitely. It won't be the last time as well. We're gonna end the episode by playing Never Too Late. Yeah, go check out that Late Bloomer EP as well, man. So
yeah.
Standing in an answered prayer. We all bloom someday. Foot on the gas, still going slow. Maybe I crash, nobody knows. Gripping the wheel, hugging the road. Burning the trees, blooming the rose. Foot on the gas, still going slow. Maybe I crash, nobody knows. Gripping the wheel, hugging the road. Burning the trees, blooming the rose. Crossing my heart, hoping to live. Find me a wife, have me some kids. Scribble these words, maybe they hear. Give me some bread, then disappear. Private the driver, I hop in the rear. Loud with the kush, hurting my ears. Blessings they fall, shell my peers. Looking for hope, my nigga I'm here. Foot on the gas, still going slow. Maybe I crash, nobody knows. Gripping the wheel, hugging the road. Burning the trees, blooming the rose. Foot on the gas, still going slow. Maybe I crash, nobody knows. Gripping the wheel, hugging the road. Burning the trees, blooming the rose. Paying my dues, who would've known? Through all of the darkness and pain, the flower unfolds. The prices are steep, I'm paying it though. The bricks have been laid, I'm walking the road. You know what's been told, I'm closing my ears. They are not mine, those are your fears. I'm breaking the cycles, speaking my truth. Planted the seeds, I knew it would bloom. Foot on the gas, still going slow. Maybe I crash, nobody knows. Gripping the wheel, hugging the road. Burning the trees, blooming the rose. Foot on the gas, still going slow. Maybe I crash, nobody knows. Gripping the wheel, hugging the road. Burning the trees, blooming the rose.